I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. There's Fluffy. And there's Athena, who is nice and quiet until I start talking on this silly camera. So, before I get going, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been following me and reposting and commenting and liking. You have made a difference in my life. I am very grateful for you, and I realized this morning that I hadn't said that yet, so thank you very much. I gotta get some other stuff off my chest about this election so that I can get it out of my head and start thinking about other things more. Why did we lose? I read several analyses about why people think we lose, people who were political scientists and doctorates in political science and economics and all that stuff. And it all pretty much boils down to the one thing, and I believe it even before I read this stuff. The Democratic Party has lost the faith of the working class people in this country, plain and simple. I blame people like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. See, when the Republicans are in charge, they say, we're going to do what we want to do, whether you like it or not. They say to hell with tradition, the institution, and all that stuff. They say this is our goal, and we're going to break the norms, and we're going to do it. And as long as it's legal, or as long as they're not challenged, they'll keep doing it. But when Chuck Schumer's in charge, in the Senate, we've got to go by tradition. We have to honor blue cards or red cards, whatever they're called. See, when somebody makes a nomination to a judgeship, then the senator from that state can say, I don't want that guy. They call it a blue card or a red card, I forget which. And if they do that, then the nomination doesn't go anywhere. When Moscow Mitch was in control of the Senate, he said, Heritage Foundation, or Federalist Society rather, where's your list? Give it to the president, and we'll just approve everybody that Trump wants. They didn't argue. Look at what they're doing with Matt Gaetz, a guy who should be on one of those registries where he has to tell authorities every time he moves, and he's not allowed to be within 100 feet of a school or a park where children play. And they're going to make him Attorney General. They're even talking about just going into a recess for more than 10 days so that Trump can appoint all of his whole cabinet without any confirmation hearings. That's bloody crazy. That's what they're talking about doing. If Chuck Schumer was still going to be in charge and Kamala Harris had won, then he would allow the Republicans to throw up roadblocks all over the place because he's a spineless wit who doesn't really care about getting things done. He just cares about his donors. Same with Nancy Pelosi. Go back to 2010, the Affordable Care Act passed. That was a great thing. In the words of Joe Biden, it was a big effing deal. In the subsequent elections, though, what did Nancy Pelosi do? She told her members of Congress not to run on the Affordable Care Act. She said, run away from it. Don't campaign with Obama. Unless you were in a very blue, safe seat, nobody wanted to campaign with Obama. They ran away from him instead of running on the great accomplishments that they'd made. It's time for those dinosaurs, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, to get the hell out of Congress. You're 150 years old. You've skimmed enough money off the top to last you much longer than you'll live. Just go away. The other thing about why I think we lost this election is because of Joe Biden. I've got friends who have friends in the Biden administration, and from what I'm hearing, they knew over a year ago that Biden was in no shape to run for re-election. They should have had a real primary, but they didn't. They scared everybody off. And we got them to blame. The other one is Merrick Garland. If that feckless wonder had done his job, if Joe Biden had made him do his job, then we wouldn't be sitting where we are right now. I mean, if the The interview for the position of Attorney General when Merrick Garland was up should have been January 6th is your top priority. Prosecuting everybody with January 6th should be your number one priority. Apparently it wasn't, because Merrick Garland failed America, and I wish he could see me say that. I wish he could see all kinds of Americans say, Merrick Garland, you are a failure. And Joe Biden, because you didn't make him do his job and you were his boss, you're a failure. I feel better getting that off my chest. I think tomorrow I'll talk about that idiot Matt Gaetz some more. Maybe. I don't know. Good day.